then it's just you hold the door open for somebody, you know? And when you have people that just step outside of that social norm for their own selfish gain, that just drives me through the roof, you know? And especially when you have people that are in a position of, I don't want to say power, but they're in a position of, they're in a privileged position as a celebrity, right? That their fame, I know they pin it on, oh, well, their fame is due to their skill, but let's be honest, and YouTube's a really good example of this. Your fame is due to people being interested in you. It's your fans. It's, you know, that excitement. Yes, you do something well to please them, but that's the big difference. You can be as skillful as you want in a closed box and nobody would know you or existed. You could be a talentless piece of dookie poops and have millions of fans, and that's what the difference is, not the talent, it's the fans. I mean, if you look at like PewDiePie is kind of a good example of like what does he do specifically that really stands out from the sort of the YouTuber formula. He isn't specifically skilled in a way that other people aren't doing, but he's been lucky enough, built on by his fans, to really, that have really catapulted it into something else. And I'm not saying that he doesn't know what he's doing. He absolutely does. He does all the right things that, you know, you should do on YouTube, but then why is he so astronomically more popular than a lot of other people that are doing it? It's not skill, it's the fans. Sorry, I'm reading comments because you guys are awesome. So let's see. Let me just kind of back it down a little. So Jadester, so am I saying that YouTubers are kinder than other celebrities? I think that by and large, yes, because they have to do so much work themselves that they understand how much of that the process is. Production, which is what I do. I mean, that's what I do in my day-to-day. It's my life. Is I do production, and production is the logistics of making content. So yeah, you know Bruce Willis. Yeah, you know Christian Bale. Yes, you know, others. Sorry, I'm really bad with celebrities. But you don't know the lighting guy, the rigging guy, the gaffer, the director of photography, the grips, you don't, those aren't the names that you don't know. So there's this whole crew of people that support these actual celebrities that get nothing to know about, and for some reason that leads to an ego that feeds somebody thinking, I'm so great, I have all these people who do this work for me. Whereas a YouTuber does all that themselves, right? They are their own editor, they are their own manager, they are their own producer. They really hands-on most of these things, and they're not just somebody sitting in front of a camera having stuff done for them. That usually comes after a bit of success. They literally have to do everything, and they've also had to really wring out the fans, or carve their success out from the ground up. And so I think by and large, yes, YouTubers tend to be a little more connected and personable and understand how their fame was built. Long answer, my apologies. And do I like Jimmy Fallon? I'm impartial to Jimmy Fallon. I don't really have an opinion on him either way. Jimmy Kimmel, I'm extremely fond of, because everything I've heard, he's a solid dude, and he's also made viral videos on purpose, which is impressive. Rio Motley, hello, welcome to the channel. And Linkwall, yeah, bands, that's another one, you know, that you really do have to try and get connected with that fandom to really drive it, and it's so easy to get egotistical about it. And it's really cool when you see people that can retain their humility even through that. These ribs look way too parallel, don't they? They look terrible. So, like, I mean, this is a really good example, right? Like, by no means would I say I'm successful or, you know, really like some famous YouTuber or anything like that. Of course, I mean, I'm very modest. This is you know, a hobby I've been doing, but it's been really, really, really challenging just to get to the point we're at right now, right? To find this many really cool people that are interested in collecting around the content it's a lot of work. It really is. And so I really appreciate how specific and important it is to connect with you guys, right? I mean, in full disclosure, I'm doing this very selfishly. I like art, I like to do it, and I also am trying to keep in touch with how to make YouTube content because that's part of my job. And it's morphed into sort of this extra of having a really cool connection with people that are shared and like-minded. I can definitely see the interest of it. And I appreciate how difficult it is. And so when people lose sight of what it really takes to be noticed by other people, you know? I mean, how many people do you connect with on a daily basis? And when you get to a point where you have thousands or millions of people interested in what you do, that's unique and very rare, and it's very special, and it needs to be cared for. And yeah, big fudge, like the logistics of people that help support making content that makes people famous, it's really kind of lame when you think that you have these actors and they're really such a small part of the actual piece, but they're so disproportionately loved and compensated. These ribs look terrible. I hate them. Look at this. Looks like a bee. Poor Bob. Bob gets everything done to him, even gets crappy ribs. Well, so I've worked with Machinima for over 5 years now, and I've worked with a lot of YouTube partners and personalities and celebrities. I've seen a lot of people rise and fall. I've done projects directly with Sky Does Minecraft. I've flown out to deal with FPS Russia, and I've worked with Athene Wins. I've worked with Chimney Swift. I know him personally, and you know, I can as Cupquake, Red. You know, I've been around the YouTube space, right? And one thing that I've really noticed is that what you see in the really successful YouTubers is it's not fake. It's not a fake version of themselves. It's like their personality turned up to 11. It's what they are when they're the life of the party, when they're drinking. So I would say that what you see when it comes to PewDiePie is like, yeah, you see something that's a more magnified version of what he is, and it's not normal in that sense, but I think you really are seeing his true personality in a lot of ways. And that seems to be true, and we see that over and over again. Oh yeah, Tabe. No, so let's see. Do I know who Tabe is? Yes, I know who Tabe is. I've specifically worked with Tabe, flown out in Germany, shot with him for Gamescom. Yes, I know who CNanners is. Adam Montoya. He used to work at Machinima for a bit. I know him personally. I also know Hutch. I know Sark. I know, like all those guys that have been through Machinima. I've actually worked with a lot of them. Tabe was hilarious. I have a video of him singing the Dota song somewhere. Worked with Beijing Canadian, Ant Venom. Gosh, you run through it. I feel like I'm like name dropping now. It's like when you go. I was just down at the. Okay, here you go. This is gonna even sound even more name dropping. I was down at the YouTube Creator Space yesterday talking to their director of facilities because we're looking at doing some work with them together, and the guys were like, it's like, oh yeah, work did this, Guillermo del Toro, doing this, Fox News. I mean, it was like such name dropping. It was funny, which I'm doing right now, and I think it's funny. And thank you, Jadester. It's funny, Ant Venom actually met that gentleman like way early on. It's because a lot of these guys we met way before they really blew up, because a lot of them blew up and then they kind of left the network. It's no secret if you're familiar with sort of our arc and story at all. Machinima does not have the best press and PR, and it was well deserved in a lot of ways. I don't deny that. I don't defend Machinima's poor practices, but I hope people realize that a lot of what happened with that it wasn't from malevolence, it was from ignorance. And I always figure that's a really good thing to keep in mind, is that don't attribute evil to something that is just basically incompetence. If that makes sense. Oh man, look at this is like really getting into a really deep conversation here. Do I know the voice behind All Your History? Yes, Rob Talbert. He and I worked very closely together in Machinima. Yes, I very much know All Your History. That is it. That is pulling out magic from the past. That is for sure. But yeah, he was the director of production for a while. He actually was my boss for a little bit, co-worker, then boss, and then he left, and we worked a lot with live streaming. But yeah, Rob Talbert. If you really want to go back, you can find his stuff on Trailer Vault and stuff like that too. So he wasn't so much a YouTube personality as much as he was one of the inside guys like myself. So does Rob have his own channel? No, he's a working Hollywood professional. He went off to a live streaming company that did a lot of events as a director. So he's the guy that sits in the truck going camera 1, camera 2, that kind of stuff. And he was doing that for a lot of big live shows and stuff like that. So wasn't a YouTuber. He was just a professional, if that makes sense. And Jadester, please go feed yourself. Let's see. As long as we're name dropping, I also know the 10 for the Win guys. Steven Larson. Really good dudes. Like, super hardworking. 10 for the Win is one of Machinima's oldest running properties, and they have always been super awesome doing it. I know I'm speaking a lot to very specific Machinima specific stuff, but that's kind of been my jam. It's been paying the bills, Gotta love our stuff. And yes, the Friendoverse. Steven Larson, I'm gonna say, if you want to be talking about celebrities who are worth following and enjoying, and because they're cool dudes, those guys are top of the list. They're genuinely good guys, and we try to do everything we can to help them out, because they are actually not in the Machinima office, but they do work for Machinima directly. Brian Larson, Brian's his first name. He's been with Machinima longer than I have. He's been there for at least 6 years plus, I think. But yeah, great guy. Two Best Friends Play. Yep, we got them in the network. So it's, yeah, when you have guys that are like that, like Two Best Friends Play, Battle Loggers, and stuff like that, those are some of the ways that Machinima kind of helps its partners a little less directly. We actually help develop and improve partners, the guys that are really have a good custom idea. And some of those are actually owned directly by Machinima, and we just work with them to help them do it. But it's a kind of traditional and Hollywoody that way, you know. We're helping them make content under their brand, so to speak, but also giving them some of the knowledge that we have and everything that we've learned. And you learn a lot, you know. It's a crazy journey, you know, doing all this YouTube stuff, but you really do kind of pick up the tricks as you go. And there really are ways to become successful on YouTube. Consistency is really important, and you have to give it time, and consistency can include content, like just the type of content that you're making, but also timing and just on a regular basis creating content. And so you see a lot of the real successful guys do just that. They have a voice, they have an opinion, and they're making something specific. It's unique, it's them, and they garner an audience based on it. Mini Freaks, welcome. We're getting down to some of the end of the sculpting for the night, but I'm kind of running long because everybody here is awesome. And it's Friday, and we don't have to be up early tomorrow. I don't know if adding the other friends for Two Best Friends Play was really one of the development ideas. I'd have to check. I actually work very close with one of the development directors at Machinima, and so I could easily ask him. I have a feeling now, because one of the interesting things that you see, I mean, fame is fame, right? Like, as much as we like to think YouTube is special and different, it's kind of not. People still become successful, and people also fall off success too. I mean, that's another thing, is that, think of YouTube celebrities from a ways back. They're not the same ones as they are now. It's just kind of how it goes. And how some of the YouTubers respond to that, and how they affect their content to try and catch the falling knife, so to speak, is very interesting. I've actually seen a lot of guys where when their views start falling, they start ramping up the number of videos that they get put out so that they can try and get more. But that can sometimes be a little too spammy and then cause, worse of a depreciation of views. Where's my water? Sorry, I'll grab my water. Am I in America? Yes, I am. I am in California, specifically, and I work in Los Angeles, in the Hollywood area. So, Fudge, the only thing you don't like about Machinima Realm, that is only LOL content. So, yeah, I mean, Running Bear makes a good point, which is Realm chased the views. I actually was the producer for Realm when it launched. I was one of the few Realm was my project, and I worked with Joel, who's over on Insight Gaming now, and we worked that with Brett, aka Hundar, and we launched the channel. So, and it used to be more MMO focused and MMORPG and RTS. And over time, Minecraft became really popular, so Realm started chasing Minecraft, and then as Minecraft stopped performing as well on YouTube. Now, its specific Minecraft videos stopped performing as well. Personalities started doing well, but Minecraft in general kind of started taking a slump, and that could have been because so many people were doing it that it just started diffusing the performance. But that's when Realm started noticing when League of Legends started picking up, and that's why they switched over to it. And Realm has been very successful with League of Legends specifically. So did I ever do voiceover for Counterspell? No, I don't think I did. I'm trying to remember. I've done a lot of stuff, but I don't think I did Counterspell stuff. Shows that I've worked on for Machinima over the years, because when I first started at Machinima, I was working as an associate producer and editor, so I was just kind of helping create and cut content. I did voiceover work for Little Bigsy on that show for a little bit. My voice was Little Bigsy for a little bit, right before the end. You know, you could argue maybe that's what killed it. I've worked on Friendly Fire. I've done some episodes there back when we did that show. That was actually a show I produced. I also used to do Prologue back in the day. All those horrible shows I used to make. And then, yeah, I moved on to Realm. I worked on ETC for a bit, but I kind of tried to stay off the camera, honestly. Oh, now we have Germans in here too. Yeah, Dark Wolf. Maybe someday. I mean, I'm not explicitly trying to hide my face. My cameras are set up for, for the crafting stuff. Like my table looks like an autopsy, like alien autopsy table. I have like cameras and microphones and lamps all pointed in around it. So this stuff's probably more interesting to you anyway. But that's not to say that you won't see it pop up in pictures. If you actually check out Joel Rubin's Harmony Grits, when his Instagram, he actually posted a picture from the Necronomicon we did for him, so you can actually see my smiling face in there. If you're really needing to see my face, you can find it there. Okay. So I'm not as concerned about these being like awesome and perfect, because I'm going to really try and mutate his stuff inside. But it's probably worth at least throwing the sternum down right now. The sternum... Sternum is about that long and flat. So we'll pull this off, flatten. Still a little long. That's about right. And it's also got like a little ball piece on top. You know what? Actually, it's funny. I would, an artist self-impression. That would actually be a really interesting thing to attempt someday. Because precision is so much harder to do, right? Like, making something that's accurate is so, like, this is easy. It's imagination. If it doesn't look exact, then who cares, right? But trying to make me look like me? Oy boy. It would be a very interesting challenge. I'll give you that. And we'll try it. We'll try it someday. But it means I have to get a lot better at this, which means we have to do a lot more streams before we get there. And actually, Running Bear, doing a face, doing a mold of a face and doing prosthetics, I absolutely would love to do that. That'd be really cool. That might be actually a really cool way to do sculpting, because you're right, you can sculpt the face, and we could do like zombie makeup or stuff like that. And even if it's not my face directly, I could get somebody else to work on too. But I'll be honest with you, I'm actually a little fearful about trying to mold my face because I feel like somebody would suffocate me. I have a very bad habit of not really trusting people to be as skillful with things that I'm interested in. I'm a big control freak in a lot of ways when it comes to doing stuff, and so I do better when I can just kind of do it myself. Totally bad habit. Totally bad habit. Totally bad habit. Well, let's be honest. Anything can be a penis if you try hard enough. I mean, look. This is taller than it is wide, and it is sortly round-ish. That's enough, right? That's enough of a criteria to be a wiener. You get, so this is actually probably good for this guy. That's really cool, Fudge. If you're taking clay class, it's just fun. Gosh, just getting in, doing some art. I think it's just cool. That's really cool that you're doing that. And Jadester, yeah, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays right now. I think if we start getting more people joining us and it becomes more of an issue, then I may actually have to start trying to stream every day. But for right now, this fits well in my schedule because then I have a day off in between to actually pull down the videos and do any like minor notes and editing I may need to do. Like I do have a full-time job otherwise over the top of this, and just trying to make time for everything, because I usually don't get home until about an hour before I start streaming. And I actually just got a new boss at Machinima. You can find news articles about it. Daniel Tibbetts. He's a really cool dude. He's got like a lot of kick-ass experience, but I got a lot of late work I got to do. So I try to keep. This is a priority, though. I absolutely try to make time for this. Oh yeah, Linkwall, the Iron Giant. I just blocked out the shapes of the jaw and everything. We'll open it up and make it a little more like a skeleton at some point. But for right now, we're just working on ribs, I guess. Latro Daxton, welcome. Glad you could drop in. I should probably be doing this more regularly, so if you guys can help remind me, that would be really great. But if you're new and you've just dropped in and you like what you see, just go ahead and follow. That'd be awesome. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we're trying to build a really cool community of people that are into crafting and art and just like games and stuff, and just chill out and talk while we do this stuff. So follow, please. It helps strengthen the tribe. Become one of us. These collarbones I don't like. Why don't I like these collarbones? Because collarbones go up and over, and they are thinner. That is why I don't like them. Okay, let's start shaving down these collarbones because they're bothering me. And I think Bob is missing collarbones as well. Just shaving. Sorry, I'm not talking as much because I'm getting sleepy. I'm we're almost 40 minutes over normal stream time, so that's good. Might as well just shoot for a full hour, right? Go for another, say go for about another 20 minutes. Then we gotta wrap. I gotta get some sleep. Sorry to have to bail on you guys, but I have to manage my time. Otherwise, I would just do this and then ruin my sleep and then sleep in and then do nothing tomorrow of the many things that I have to do. So, it sucks having to be responsible. So how's this? We'll get a million followers, and then I will do this full time for a living, and then I will never sleep. How's that sound? Oh, no way. We got a wood turner in here. That's so cool. I've always wanted a lathe, but I was afraid it was going to eat me and my fingers. And yeah, link wall, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a mold of this so I can make multiple copies and then try and get it up on like an Etsy store or something. But I think one thing we should probably be doing is every time we get one of these out, we should probably do a giveaway and give it away to a follower. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. But, I mean, honestly, I'm more interested in doing that not as a gimmick, but just to kind of really help reward people for being awesome and joining in. Because it's, I mean, I'm being very, 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 very selfish by taking all your time, and you're helping me get better at doing art. So it feels very one-sided. Really? Woodworking specialists in here now too, huh? You know, I'm trying. What do you guys think? Like, what's a really good way to, like, I don't know, give people a chance to be able to show their work off? Because I feel like we have so many people that actually have, you know, good work that they do. It'd be really cool if we have like a place that people could post it to or something. I don't know, maybe a forum. I don't know. Or just maybe I'm just talking out my butt. But it would be really cool because I feel like it's going to be really important, right? Because like, you know, you have the replica prop forum, you have the 405th, you have the 501st, you have all these like cool crafting communities where they show their stuff off, and I don't know, it's really neat. I mean, I heard an interesting argument that innately everything we do is selfish. Everything. Even if you think that like you do things for charity, right? Why do you do things for charity? Because it makes you feel good about yourself. So you could, I've heard the sort of the arguments that like, you know, because of that, like, yeah, everything you do is selfish. You do it for, even if it's not a monetary or you know, physical gain, that you do it even for like an emotional, personal gain. So you could even argue that, like, you know, like Princess Diana, you know, going around doing all charities and stuff like that, that, you know, she was technically being selfish. I know it's kind of a weird way to look at it, right? That's kind of one of those like silly technical arguments where you're just like, oh yeah, you know, technically a spider's not a bug. It's a spider, it's an arachnid, you know. But you know what I mean. So, sorry, that's just being pedantic. Latrodexin, that's actually a really good idea. Maybe when I have a little time to plan for it a little better, maybe I'll try and get like some Twitter submissions and we can start showing it on the feed. I just have to set up for it. I'm really big on like process, so being able to have a system that makes it easy to do that. But that's a really good idea. And I And yeah, Dark Wolf. Yeah, I kind of tried to pick music that was kind of more chill because it's later in the night. I need to wind down, and I think a lot of other people use it to wind down. That's why Ricky said he likes watching it. It reminds him of Bob Ross. So try to keep it kind of mellow and chill. Let's see, I'm sorry, Link, while I'm reading yours. It's drew pictures, requests for every hour or so. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, see, I feel like there's a lot of art that's here on Twitch, and we need to start grouping together. We need to be a representation of art on Twitch. Twitch has been very heavy gaming, but there's a lot of artists that are there and like to express themselves that way. So I don't know, it seems like there really needs to be more of a collaboration of it. And some Cole, thank you. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you like it enough to want to drop a follow on and come back and watch us finish sculpting. Yeah, Latro, maybe, you know what? Facebook is probably the better place for it, right? Do a Facebook post and then have people drop their photos there. That probably is actually the smarter way to do it. I would bet you if there was a social media expert in here, they would probably say that, yes, that's the best way to do submissions like that. That's actually a really good idea. May do that soon. For sure. Could always do Google Plus because you have to have it, right? If you want to be on YouTube, or at least you used to. Captain Jack, absolutely, I'll make you a deal. You try to make every Friday stream, I'll try to make sure to stream every Friday. Actually, I have to caveat that. Next Friday, I will not be streaming. I will not be streaming next Friday, and then the following Monday and Wednesday, because I will actually be out of town for vacation. So I apologize. I know it's a bit inconvenient, especially since we have so many new people jumping in, but I've had this planned for a little bit, and I'm gonna go to Hawaii, gonna go take some time off. Haven't really had a solid vacation in about 5 years, and so I'm gonna take a break. So unfortunately we'll be sans streamus then, but I will be back and rip raring to go as soon as we get back. But that said, I will be streaming Monday, and I will be streaming this Wednesday. For show. So, I know, it's a bummer. I apologize. If someday I'm gonna figure out how to make a portable streaming setup, and I'll just take it with, and that'll be really cool. Because then I can also do stuff out in my shop, cut big things, take out pieces of hands. I am Pacific Standard Time, so it's about 1:45 for me right now. Still looks a little bolted on. We'll touch that up a bit. I feel like we need to start moving up into the skulls. I'm a little wary, I'll be honest. I'm a little nervous, like doing the face detail. Maybe we'll save that for next time. That'll probably be really good. Start working on skulls, that'll be kind of our thing. Tonight's kind of rib cages. Maybe we can do a little bit of like what I'm thinking for in between. Let's kind of start playing with that idea, see what we think. Gino Gypsy Boy, we are making a Minecraft wither, but a little more quote-unquote real, as much as a flying demon with 3 heads can be real. But we're just making it a little more anatomical, make it a little more solid. You see in the upper left corner of the screen, we kind of have the Minecraft wither there, and this is kind of our version of it. Just grab a drink of water, hold on. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I know it still looks rough in a lot of ways, and we're just going to keep working details, keep working details, keep working details, because I know that, you know, one of the neat reasons why we're using Sculpt is that you can use rubbing alcohol to smooth it, and we can actually get it looking really, really, really shiny. So we'll just keep working at it until we get something that we're happy with. Latro, no worries. As any time that you can make is appreciated, and of course I'll make sure to post any of the streams up to YouTube after, so you know you can get to it whenever you like if you're so inclined. Try to make it easy so that people can participate as much or as little as they like and not feel like they're left behind. Because again, I appreciate how how much time you guys have been giving. Okay, so one of the things I'm doing is I'm making kind of this little V shape, right? Oops, sorry, I'm putting it behind the picture. So it just kind of rolled a piece out and then folded over and rolled it like a Y. And then I'm going to stick it down, and so who is pulling off of who? I think parasitic this way. Oops. Ah. I need like tweezers. So let's do this. And I kind of want it on top of the ribs. I don't want to like start flattening out definition. There we go. It's a little bit of a shape. And then all we'll do is we'll just, so I have this, it's a rounded ball point. And I'll just kind of use this to smear it down and connect it. We'll kind of cross some of the gaps. You can always tell I'm being really intense when I actually stop talking. Probably like scrunching up my face too and making like this really like laser beam out my eyes kind of look. So that's a real rough, really, really rough connection. But that's kind of like, I think, the idea of what we do to have them kind of pulling against each other. At least that's what I was thinking. You know, a little bit organic. Let's see, let me catch up on chat a little bit. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning. Yeah, Jadester, sorry, I know it's off time for you. Lasher, how long have I been streaming for? In general or just tonight? If it was just tonight, we started at 10 p.m. Pacific time, so we're actually getting up on the 3-hour mark. In general, maybe about a month. I have a lot of like professional experience from the machinima side, but I had to get my butt out and do it myself, so I actually know what I'm talking about. And I don't know. Not so I can know what I'm talking about. There you go. That sounds more appropriate. Yeah, the art. I mean, this is my hand. It's tiny. It's about 5 inches tall, I think. Oh, Jadester's in England. Wow, we have Aussies, we have Germans, and we have England. There's very cool. And Linkwell, am I going to airbrush this? No, actually, this is going to serve as a master for making mold copies. I think I'm not intending on doing custom paint jobs with it. I kind of want to make it look like a carved figurine or something like that. So I may use I don't know what material we'll go with just yet, but I will cast it and then make it look like something. Withers are kind of black. Maybe we'll try and make like a jade or something. Don't know. Haven't decided yet. Face cam for the laser eyes. Yeah. I'm sure at some point I will have to start showing a cam, but then I have to start like rocking some sort of like unique specific look, right? Oh, excellent. We have Mexico in here too. Look how multinational we are. A multinational artistic cabal. The crafting cabal. It's wonderful. Couldn't ask for better. So what is this going to be cast from? I don't know. I think about I'd probably use we're going to throw it in silicone and then make resin casts, like just good old smooth-on products or stuff like that. And yes, I do have a tattoo. There you go. Tattoo is actually my own design. I have 2 tattoos. One's on my back. I was younger and dumb, and it's in Japanese, so don't judge me. But this one on my arm is actually my family. I designed it and worked with a tattoo artist to get it done. Because, I don't know, I like creating my own things. It's kind of a theme. So what would happen if it falls over? I would be very sad. But fortunately, we actually have a metal armature underneath. So there's a metal wire inside of it holding it up, and that metal wire is also taped down to the board. So it's pretty sturdy. All right. Sorry if I'm missing questions or statements. I am starting to space out because I am tired. And we are within 5 minutes of wrapping the stream. 5-minute warning, 5-minute warning. Last call. I have this kind of big thing. I see. Do we want to go back this way with it? Maybe that's the other reason why I got to cut the streams down at some point. A liability to the art. Be a danger to myself and others. Specifically Muffins, Bob, and Steve. You don't want to make mistakes, you know, you don't want to start like getting loose with your arts. Bonk. I have to say that you find the weirdest things on Twitch. I found Santa Claus on Twitch. There was some dude, like full-on white beard and everything, streaming. I don't know why that just came to mind, but that dude is gonna blow up in 2 months. Let me tell you. How cool would that be? Latro, that actually might be really cool. I'll try and make you like a version that you can cast. I've always wanted to do lost wax casting. I'm super fascinated with the concept, and that'd be so neat to try. Can you imagine? Best I can do with my current skill set would be to make a what's it called? Cold casting. You know, just do brushed metals within the mold, and then just buff and polish a plastic with a metal shavings around the top. Captain Jack, absolutely, it is getting time, and I think we are at a good stopping point. I'm going to finish attaching this one little piece. Pancake is letting me know that she would like to be fed, because I usually do that after the stream. Oh, Lugnut's over here too, and I think he's saying the same thing. We'll just get this piece attached, and then we'll wrap it up. That'll be good for now. I don't know. I may take that off. I may hate it. I don't know. All right. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, all you awesome, awesome folk. And if you just dropped in, my apologies. It's been a few hours. I am tired. But wrap that end card and Shazam. So thank you absolutely again for dropping in. I mean, gosh, tonight was crazy. So many new faces and new friends. And yes, I am totally being selfish. You guys are helping me get better at art and spending time and hanging out with me while I'm doing it. I couldn't ask for better. So this Wither sculpt is going to take a little bit. We really want to get it down right, and we're going to mold it and do all this fun stuff. So hang in there and come and hang out, and really appreciate it. If you miss anything, you can check it out on my YouTube channel. The link is below. The last thing I do every night once I wrap up is I make sure to export the stream out and make sure it goes straight to YouTube. So it's always there if you want to see it. I also have my Twitter and my Instagram. I need to take more pictures with Instagram, so bug me there and I will take more pictures. But Twitter is kind of... sorry, I'm tired. So thanks again. You guys are awesome. Like, seriously, I feel so like special that you guys want to hang out and watch me do art. So hopefully you'll come back, and I'll see you on Monday, 10 o'clock. All right, have a good night, guys.